Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us the family of Anthony McClain and his children. You're going to hear from the parents of his children. You have Zoli, and you have Deandra, and you have Kimberly. They're the mothers of Bryce, the mothers of Skylin, and the mothers of Anthony McClain Jr. And they understand that when these babies grow up, they're going to ask the question, what happened to my daddy? And they're going to see that video of the police shooting yet again another black man who's running away from them in the back. And they're going to want to know, what did we do when they shot my dad in the back? And I pray, Pasadena, I pray, Greater Los Angeles County, that we can all tell these babies that we stood up and we said his name, Anthony McClain, because Anthony McClain, life matters. Yeah. And Anthony McClain tragically follows a line of black men in America who, for whatever reason, it's inexplicable why the police keep shooting black men in the back. I mean, you hardly ever hear them shooting a white man in the back. But in America, it seems like it's a cliche of them shooting a black man in the back. I mean, literally, we can go down the road when we think about Walter Scott in South Carolina. We think about Laquan McDonald in Chicago. We think about Jacob Blake Jr. in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We think about Terrence Crutcher walking away with his hands up slowly in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Corey Jones in Palm Beach, Florida. I mean, Joshua Feast in Lamarck, Texas. And, you know, it happened in 2020 when we were in the midst of a global pandemic where it seemed like everything else in America shut down except implicit bias and police brutality on black people. Because we saw that these quasi-police in Brunswick, Georgia, in February of 2020, they lynched Ahmaud Arbery for jogging while black. And then, right after we were dealing with that, we then found out about our sister, Breonna Taylor, who they busted in her front door at 1 in the morning and executed her, leaving 6 bullets in her body while she was practically naked. And then, just as we were dealing with that tragedy, we were all introduced to the most horrific video that we have witnessed in our lifetime, and that was the torture of George Floyd with a knee on his neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. And then just when we all said, well, that's it, we know they're not going to do anything else, it only got worse, because then we heard about Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin, walking away from the police, not posing a threat, not posing violence. I mean, walking away with his back to them, and the officer grabs his t-shirt and shoots him 6 times, carry point-blank range, having deliberate indifference as to whether he lived or died in front of his 3 little boys. 8 years old, 5 years old, and 3 years old. You can only imagine what those little black boys are going to grow up thinking about how the police treat black people. And then we saw Dijon Kinsey in Los Angeles get shot in the back. We heard of Trayford Pellerin in Baton Rouge, Louisiana get shot in the back. We heard of Joshua Feast down near Houston, Texas gets shot in the back. We heard of Andre Hill in Columbus, Ohio, holding a cell phone when the police came out for a 311 call, and he got shot and killed. And we watched the police for 20 minutes walk around with flashlights looking for a gun to try to blame the black man for unjustified killing. And then in Pasadena, California, we witnessed, I mean, Carrie, it's still hard to believe, we witnessed these babies' daddy, Anthony McClain, literally running out of his shoes, trying to get away from the police. But yet they still shot him in the back 2 times. And Silk, it's almost as if, I don't understand it. Seems like to police in America, Kareem, the most dangerous person in America is a black man running away from them. Right. I mean, you can't explain this. You all have to help us. Because black America, we don't understand why we so dangerous running away from you. It makes no sense whatsoever. And so that's why we're here, because Carrie Harper told me there is a pattern and practice, a history in Pasadena, California, where they just kill black people and sweep it under the rug as if their life didn't matter. Well, we came to stand with you all in Pasadena. We came to stand with these children to say, not this time. You will not sweep Anthony McClain under the rug. And you can run, but you cannot hide. We knew there was supposed to be a city council meeting today. That's why we came. We wanted to make sure you knew that Anthony McClain's life mattered. We wanted to make sure we said his name, Anthony McClain, so they can hear it in the city council meeting. But I guess, Melina, you a bad sister. They heard you was coming and they canceled the meeting. But that's okay, because Carrie Harper and Attorney Galipo, and we gonna keep coming back. We won't let you act like Anthony McClain didn't exist, like he didn't matter, because we know Black Lives Matter. And they may have heard that some other people were coming to stand with you all in Pasadena, because we know that you stood with them in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and helped to make sure all of us working together, collectively, to make sure that Derek Chauvin was found guilty, guilty, guilty for killing George Floyd Jr. And I'm very grateful that his brothers did not think it robbery to get on a plane, and they understand that it's the 1-year anniversary coming up on next Tuesday, and everybody's pulling at them from every which way. But when they saw the video of Anthony McClain, they said, Attorney Crump, what can we do to help? What can we do to help Anthony McClain family get justice too? And so, before I bring my co-counsels up and we bring the family up, I want to introduce you to a family that has been so dignified as they dealt with the grief and the horror of watching their brother, I mean their big brother, the person who, you know, was always there to protect them, the person when they were born was always there for them. They slept in the bed with him. I mean, they said they went to bed on him, and they did it all. But George was always there for his brothers. And so, because he was there for them, they understand what it means to stand up for others. And so, without further ado, I'm going to have his two brothers and his nephew, who was like a son to him, who came all the way from Houston, Texas, because Andrew McClain, life matters. And that it's not enough just to say justice for George Floyd. We also got to say justice for Anthony McClain. And just like the officers were terminated for killing George Floyd, we want the officers to be terminated for killing Anthony McClain. And just like the officers were arrested and charged for killing George Floyd unjustly, we want the officers to be arrested and charged for killing Anthony McClain unjustly. And just like the officers were convicted for killing George Floyd unjustly, we want the officers to be convicted for killing Anthony McClain unjustly. So I introduce to you the brothers of George Floyd, Philonis Floyd, Rodney Floyd, and their nephew, Brandon Williams.
You know, we heard about this video, and Mr. Crump told us about it. Hey guys, I have a situation with a young man named Anthony McClain. We familiar with the story. The average story of any typical black man in our neighborhood. Pulled over by the local police, and except Mr. McClain just posed no threat. He took off running, probably in fear of his life. Because in one thing in our community, we always getting harassed by cops, the bad apples. And you know, that young man ran for whatever reason. I figured he was running for his life. Because he's tired of all this, you know, a lot of police killings. He watched the news as well. And this young man was shot in the back 2 times, people. Twice. And the officer walked up to the young man, handcuffed him. On the ground.
My Lord.
The same unfortunate. Yes, sir. Handcuffed this young man while he was on the ground, people. Just imagine that. You shot a young man in the back 2 times, walked up to him, handcuffed him. The young man told the officer, I can't breathe, I need some help. You know, the man was just dying, laying his own puddle of blood. The police was on the way. He rendered some aid. But you know, this story, this type of situation is so tiring. His family is standing behind us. We came out for moral support for the family. We know how they feel. We've been down this road, we still going on it. And you know, it's so sad and hard. This man got these young kings, princes. They're gonna grow up to be kings, but they gotta watch this video one day. They're gonna ask questions, Mom, where's Dad, where's Dad? And it's gonna be so hard for this woman to explain to her babies what happened to their father. I know it's gonna be hard. My heart goes out to them. Yeah. But you know, we're here for another reason as well. We are here to say, fire this cop who killed that young man, Anthony McClain. He needs to be fired today. He does not need a chance to retire. He needs to be fired. I mean, we are demanding that, and we're gonna stand with the family until that happens. And stand with them all the time. But please, people, call this police station, people. Put this on your Facebook, put this on your Instagram. Fire that officer who killed Anthony McClain. He must be fired.
Fire the officer.
Fire the officer who killed Anthony McClain, people.
I'm Brandon Williams, nephew of George Floyd. When we got the call to come out here, we had a busy schedule, but it was a no-brainer. We've been right there with that family standing, and we know the feeling, and it's not a good one. They lost a family member, and they weren't supposed to. Anthony McClain should still be living. That right there was enough reason for us to get on the plane and come here and stand with this family and offer as much confidence and support as we can. In Minneapolis, immediately after the verdict where it was guilty on all three charges, we did a press conference similar to this. And during that press conference, I said something that stuck with me. And I kind of look at it every day, because when you look at what's going on in America, for some reason, black men and women tend to be dying at a high rate when it comes to policing on us, excessive force, when they can simply de-escalate situations. So my question is, why do we keep dying? So in that press conference, I said, so when I say today is a pivotal moment, it's a chance for America to take a turn in the right direction and right a lot of wrongs, so we don't keep adding to these names.
Absolutely.
What I also meant to say was, all of the names that's on that list that's so horrible, we need to revisit the ones who didn't get justice, who didn't get charges filed, who didn't get convicted. Until we get that, y'all can get familiar with seeing us. We're gonna be on the front line fighting and fighting. And we won't stop until we get better policing. Until these cops stop killing unarmed black men and women. Until then, we won't shut up. Y'all gonna see it. We got 3 guilty verdicts, but the one thing we didn't get back is George Floyd. In the neighborhood we come from, we believe in an eye for an eye. But we don't even want to get even. We just want justice. We just want something that we rightfully deserve. So until then, we're going to be fighting, and we stand with y'all. My prayers and my heart goes out to y'all. And I just want to say that whatever y'all need, if we can help in any way, we'll be here. And until then, say his name. I know y'all got it better than that. Say his name.
I'm Felonious Floyd, brother of George Floyd. I want y'all to answer to me now. What's his name? Anthony McClain. What's his name? Anthony McClain. We didn't come all the way down here. I can't hear y'all. What's his name? Anthony McClain. It's a shame. Anthony McClain, he didn't pass of a natural cause. He was killed by a police officer that should be locked up. Yeah. Justice for McClain. But the problem is, we see him as Anthony McClain, but his family call him Ant. And when his grandma was on her last leg, she said, why did they have to kill him? Everybody out here is asking that same question, why?
Why?
People all around the world are asking, why?
Why?
They trying to sweep it under the rug. And we're not gonna let that happen at all. They want to sweep it under the rug and put it in the trash can. But guess what? We walk the walk, we talk the talk, and we fight like Mike. Reverend Al told me, we got to keep fighting. Congresswoman, she told me, I've been doing this for a long time, and I won't stop, because just like the Energizer Bunny, she got it in her back. So we power the same way. We're going to be on every aisle every time you see a news channel, we gonna speak on Anthony McClain.
Yeah.
We gonna speak on Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah.
We gonna speak on Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people out here that never even got the chance to get accountability.
Yes. Tell them,
My brother, it was guilty, guilty, guilty. You know why? They couldn't hold back. It was too much of that video floating around. But Anthony McClain has the same video.
Yeah, he do. Unjustified.
The man ran out of his shoes and was shot in his back. Yeah. You can't tell me, is that what scared is? You run up out of your shoes?
Amen.
This man was killed, handcuffed, in the prone position, and my brother died in the prone position, and he wasn't shot. When you get shot and somebody put you in the prone position, you seen it all on court TV. They said you can't even breathe that good. So why did the officer do that? This man's family is right here. I have to watch as somebody who's loving, watch somebody who's in their family has over and over, just like I had to do. The video is everywhere. We need to have some type of justice, some type of accountability. We need to have justification on why this officer is still wandering around free to kill somebody else. I talk a lot and I cry a lot. But today, I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna fight for Anthony McClain. We come all the way down here, and I will be back because Anthony McClain, he has to get justice. His son look just like him.
Yeah, just like.
Split image.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Has tears in his eyes. But he's brave enough to come up here because he said, no justice, no peace. So, we're here with all of everybody up here that we're going to separate the real from the fake. And everybody up here are realists. And we all here for the same thing. We're all speaking the truth because truth is justice. So, I want you all to put this everywhere across the world because the world needs to stand up for Anthony McClain just like they did for George Floyd, and we need to make this a global movement. We need to push the issue every day because every day is somebody being killed. It's like a never-ending cycle. And that's the only way we'll get some type of accountability. We got to march, and it could be peaceful, but we got to show up because if you show your face, you will be able to get that case. You know what I mean? We have to. That's reality. I thank you all so much just for coming here and giving me this opportunity to speak because the Lord is with Anthony McClain. Amen. Thank y'all so much.
And Councilman, next time, hopefully, they will have the meeting and hear from this family. You know, that's the least they can do. Right now, without further ado, we're going to have the mothers come and address you before we have some of the Black Lives Matter leadership and the community leadership come and address you. Right now, we're going to have Ms. Sully and Ms. DeAndre and Ms. Kimberly come with the legacy of Anthony McClain, his 2 sons and his baby daughter. Y'all please give them all the love and support that you can muster.
McClain's mother. She's his 2-year-old, soon to be 3-year-old. Anthony was a great dad. He was very hands-on. He was just talking to Skyland. We were just setting plans on him flying to Texas to us driving up and surprising little Anthony at his football game. Like, he was always hands-on. He was present. He FaceTimed his kids. He made sure he let them know that you could be an athlete, but school comes first at all times. He always told them, I want you guys to be better than me. I want you guys to leave your print in the world. He was a great dad, and it's something that's we're gonna miss. Skyland's constantly asking about her dad all the time, and I just let her know, like, baby, he's an angel. But don't worry, because with you and your two brothers, we're gonna fight for justice. We are gonna fight for justice.
Amen. And before Ms. Shirley comes, it's important to know, right, Attorney Harper, that he literally was FaceTiming his 2-year-old daughter about 15 minutes before he was shot in the back by these police officers.
Right.
That's what kind of person Anthony McClain was. And so at this time, you'll hear from Ms. Sully and the mother of Anthony McClain Jr. It's very emotional for her, so please pray for her. Take your time, take your time. You don't have to say,
It's okay, you spoke enough. It's okay, you don't have to speak.
Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. And then finally you hear from Kimberly, who is the mother of Bryce, Anthony's oldest son.
First, I want to say thank you all for coming out and helping bring awareness to the system killing of Anthony McClain. He is a father to 3 kids that have to live without a father now. My son is here. He's a little upset because he's older and he had to watch it. He's seen the video already and he doesn't understand. And for him and his siblings to have to grow up without a father now is ridiculous. And like George Floyd's family said, we are tired. We're tired of having to fight so much just because we're black. We're tired of having to explain to our kids that their father is not here because he's black and he's done nothing wrong. It's just ridiculous. And thank you all again, and to just help us please get justice for our kids, to be at least able to say that the police is not able to work no more, the officer that did this, and just justice for Anthony McClain. Say his name.
Anthony McClain. Thank you. Thank you, family. Thank you. And before we bring Melina, Abdullah, and some of the Black Lives Matter leadership up, we have a special treat because we have a young man who's a phenomenal rapper who dedicated a song for Anthony McClain. His name is C Black, out of Atlanta, Georgia. I know he's working with George Clinton on some things, so to the activist community, I think y'all will feel this. Give it up for C Black.
Yeah.
Run that back for
Yeah, seems like the cops got a problem. But they only shooting they don't shoot white men in the back, they only shooting us in the back. So that's a problem for us. Yeah, police don't shoot white men in the back. Why? Police don't shoot white men in the back. Put your hands up. Yeah, police don't shoot white men in the back. Put your hands up. Woo! Police don't shoot white men in the back. Woo! Woo! That's the sound of the police. Woo! Woo! That's the rounds from the beast. Gun. My Uzi weighs a ton. Another brother just lost his son. Another family gotta bury their loved one. Body, mindless act that can be undone. You treat us like the slaves on the run. I see the look in my daughter's eyes. She cries, so I respectfully reply. Comply. Seeing my life, I don't wanna die. Jago, who was sanctioned a shooter? Automatic weapon strike. Fire, listen, racial bias is the basis for you. If you need more proof, Dylan Roof murdered 9 saints in a church. But he got a value meal. Further is done in our work. Praying to these Bible verses to get rid of these curses. Police don't shoot white men in the back. Yeah. Yeah. Police don't shoot white men in the back. Say it with me. Yeah. Police don't shoot white don't got it bad cause we proud. You think we niggas with attitudes, gold as Ice Cube. Yo, you definitely angry cause you tone this room. By your smooth view, hate that you spew. Easy to become unglued and screw. You exclude and refuse your multitude of rules. Your pattern shoot first, ask question later. Execute us like a dictator. Darth Vader is your indicator. Flick to the dark side, trying to annihilate us. That frame us interrogators. That fake report ain't gonna add up later. Cause you the real fucking perpetrator. You're such a hater. Come on, let's go. Say it with me. Yeah, police don't shoot white men in the back. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Police don't shoot white men in the back. Why not? Put your hands up. Police don't shoot white men in the back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Police don't shoot white men in the back. Put your fists in the sky, get them up, raise them high. Fist in the sky, get them up, raise them high. Fist in the sky, get them up, raise them high. Fist in the sky, get them up, raise them high. Fist in the sky, get them up, raise them high. Fist in the sky, get them up, raise them high. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Word.
Y'all give it up for C Black. I know she doesn't need any introduction around these parts. A fearless fighter, a fearless freedom fighter, always fighting for the people, never taking a break. Y'all give it up for this queen, Melina Abdullah.
Yeah!
All right, Melina. All right, Melina.
Yeah! So I'm grateful to be standing here, and we're sending all of our love to you. We're sending all of our love to you. We're here, we're committed to struggling for justice in the name of Anthony McClain. We're committed to getting justice in the name of Anthony McClain. And we know that we can't get justice for Anthony McClain because getting justice for him would mean that this black father were still here to raise his children, to be with his loved ones. But we can struggle for justice in his name. So we are committed to struggling for justice in his name, beginning with accountability. That cop, Dominguez, whatever his name is, he has to be fired. He has to be fired. And he has to be prosecuted. He has to be prosecuted. He has to be fired and he has to be prosecuted. He has to be fired and he has to be prosecuted. We have to do that. We have to do that. If we say we demand justice in the name of Anthony McClain, that's what justice looks like in the name of Anthony McClain. And we also know that standing among us, I'm so grateful to be a part of such a beautiful, powerful movement. All of these folks are people who have committed their lives and their spirits and their energy to struggle for justice for Anthony McClain and all our people. So we're grateful for our Black Lives Matter crew who's here. And we also know that alongside us is the family of Dejan Kazee. I saw the family of Dejan Kazee over here. The family of Fred Williams is here. The family of David Sullivan is here. The family of Kendrick McDade is here.
Tell them, Melina.
There are hundreds and thousands of people, of black people, who are killed by police in this country every single year. More than 1,000 people are killed that we know of by police.
Black Lives Matter!
Black lives absolutely matter. So justice in the name of Anthony McClain means that we invoke all of the spiritual power that's here and that we move forward and say that after we fire that killer cop, he ain't getting a job nowhere else.
Tell him, Queen. Tell
have to remove police from traffic stops because they shouldn't have been able to stop his ass in the first place. We have to say Anthony McClain's name, and also as we say the name of this beloved family of George Floyd.
Yeah!
As we think about the massive nature of your brother and uncle's spirit, that he has been able to crack this world wide open.
Wide open.
Bring into the streets millions and millions of people who demand justice, not just police reform, but transformation of this world. That when we say defund the police, Black Lives Matter, don't leave me saying it by myself.
Defund the police!
When we say defund the police, that is not only a snappy slogan, that is a policy demand. Cities like Los Angeles and Minneapolis and where else we talking about? All around the country, Pasadena, continue to spend the majority of their dollars on police who killed Kendrick McDade and J.R. Thomas and Anthony McClain.
Yeah.
And we need those dollars for the mental health of our young people. We need those dollars so that we can have rec programs for our community. We need those dollars so our people can be housed. And so in the name of Anthony McClain, we are committed to getting Officer Dominguez, whatever his name is, fired and prosecuted. We want him fired and prosecuted. And he is joined in spirit by all of the names that we've called and all of the names that we haven't called but sit in our spirits in demanding that we transform this world. Transform this world. Don't think that this moment is over because Derek Chauvin's going to prison.
Amen.
It ain't over. That's a win. That's not the win. We don't win until little Anthony is safe. We don't win until all of our children live in a world that is full of resources, that is full of all of the things that we would give them, that all of the things that George Floyd would offer them, that Anthony McClain would offer them, that Waukesha Wilson would offer them, that DeJohn Kazee would offer them.
Listen.
And so we are committed to struggling for justice for that. We ain't going in the house. You going in the house? No. We ain't going in the house. City council can run. We could be back next week, homie. We could get here next week, homie. They gonna be running a long time. They thought they chased Anthony. That chase wasn't shit. Because we gonna keep them running. We gonna keep them running until they give us what we demand. Because when we fight, when we fight, shame.
She did that.
We want to thank Councilman Hampton for being here. Send that message back to the City Council. We gonna keep coming back. Alan, make sure they understand that. We gonna keep coming back. Councilman Tyrone Hampton, let them know. Alan, y'all let them know we gonna keep coming back until they fire the officers that killed Anthony McClain. Alan Shade, Tyrone Hampton, y'all let them know. Brothers, let them know. Before we get to questions, we have some more leaders we want to acknowledge. We also want to acknowledge Attorney Jasmine Mines, who's working with me and Carrie. She's shy, but we have a whole team of lawyers who are putting in the work because it takes a team of us. It's never about one person, it's about us. Carrie and I can't do it by ourselves. We need all of you to be our co-counsels. Okay, you want to introduce?
Hey, I want everybody to understand that I see Miss Fred Williams over there, R.I.P. It says rest in peace, but we need to have one for that officer. It says R.I.P. rest in prison. That's what we need to do. Hey, this family has been given a life sentence, so he needs to be given a life sentence.
My name is Akili, and I'm with Black Lives Matters LA. And after Melina said everything that needs to be said, I simply want to amplify and echo what we all have said. And it's very simple. We cannot have justice without accountability. We cannot. The two are connected. And until we get accountability, there will be no justice and there will be no peace. It's as simple as that. We have seen this before in every generation. In my generation, it was Emmett Till and his mother's open casket that cracked open the world and saw how dangerous white supremacy is. And now we stand with George Floyd.
Yes, sir.
And Anthony McClain.
Yes, sir.
It has to stop here.
Yes.
We are demanding first accountability.
Yeah.
And you know what that accountability means, doesn't it? It means fire Edwin Duganin. I would ask y'all to say that name, but we all would trip over it. But fire that motherfucker. That's what that means. It's as simple as that. Then we can get some justice by removing police from traffic stops. First, the accountability. Fire Edwin. Secondly, stop police from traffic stops altogether. Finally, invest in our communities. Invest and defund the police. Thank you.
Pasadena, say his name. Anthony McClain. Say his name. Anthony McClain. Say his name. Anthony McClain. I am so thankful to be here advocating with all of our voices united to advocate for justice for Anthony McClain, for the family of Anthony McClain. I just want to say this is powerful to see. Greatness, unity in our community, our unified voices of Pasadena, Altadena, Los Angeles, surrounding cities, this nation standing together today as a tribe of like-minded activists, leaders in community, demanding transparency, demanding accountability and responsibility of the Pasadena City Manager, Steve Mermel, of the Pasadena Chief John Perez, of the Pasadena City Council, and also the District Attorney. We demand transparency. We say to you, you must be held accountable. Today we look to you to be by the side of right standing. We're not law and policy. Right standing is what we ask today. Law and policies continue to damage our black lives. Reform and transformation within law enforcement and government is the only way to save our black lives. We